Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Belle Collective, Season 3, Episode 16. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, they're still on this double date, and Latrice is telling Leticia that she could have come to her in a better way. And she was like, well, you know, what I feel about you personally has went out the window because I look at you differently now. I thought that you were like a sister. And she said it was different for Leticia. She wasn't looking at her as a coworker. She thought that they were actual friends. So Leticia tells her, well, you know, I don't go looking at YouTube and stuff like that. I don't look for those types of things. But when Essie brought it to me, it hurt me to hear that you thought of me as a coworker. She said, I defended you against Marie and everybody. So Latrice is like, okay. And Leticia is saying, I defended her behind her back. Now that is a friend. And I had to end up going back to Marie and telling Marie that she was right about Latrice. But I hear you. And I understand, Leticia, exactly why you would feel the way that you feel. Because if you were defending her against Marie, then which really and truly, if you were defending her against Marie, then that was of your own volition. And I think it has something to do with Marie ruining them brunches. Let's just keep it real. I think that you were mad at Marie a little bit for ruining your brunches. Every time y'all had one on camera, it was a fool, and Marie contributed to that. But let's not forget how you also perpetuated that whole drunk thing. That was something that you continued to state before anybody else said something. They were mostly focused on, okay, she said, who want to work a effing 9 to 5? Oh, she want to do this, she want to do that. Then I think Marie mentioned that she was drinking. And then every time you got in conversation with somebody, you were like, are you drunk? Is she drunk? Why is she always drinking? Is she drunk? That was before she did that interview. Like, you should have shut that all the way down. If you're going to be her friend on one end, you need to be her friend on the other end. But at the same time, I also understand how she can feel like, girl, I'm sitting up here thinking we were friends, just like Latrice got through saying, I looked at you a totally different way. And now all of that is out the window because I thought you were a friend. Well, Latrice, if that's true, then why did you sit and say the Bells? Yeah, they just my coworkers. You did not differentiate except Leticia or except Tambra or except this person. So if I'm watching it, then I'm thinking, I'm in the group too. You think I'm your coworker too. So I can kind of see both sides. But at the end of the day, Leticia, please, girl. So she gonna say, you know, I only looked into it because other people were saying it because at first I didn't look into it. You know, that's what happened. No, what you did was you got with a group of people that didn't like Latrice that are set on bringing her down, a.k.a. Sophia, Shantae, So Gucci, and Marie and her finger waves, and S. Okay, and you got over there, and as soon as they said something and put a bug in your ear, now all of a sudden you're looking at Latrice differently. Now the same could be said for you. If Latrice is your friend, why didn't you come to her and say, girl, before they brought it to you, which meant that you didn't see it as a problem. Before they brought it to you, you should have gone to Latrice and said, girl, I didn't like how you said, don't nobody want to work a effing 9 to 5. That offended some of my brunch goers. Like, they paid for this with those 9 to 5s. You should have brought that to her attention. So Latrice is telling her that when she said the whole 9 to 5 thing, people in the brunch were like laughing. And Leticia said, you need to take accountability that you hurt some of those people in that room. Not all of them, but some of them. So Latrice is telling her, look, I would never belittle people. Like I said, people were laughing. Leticia tells her, you did, in fact, offend a group of people. Latrice, this is what I want to say, honey. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. We can go around the mulberry bush all day long. The truth of the matter is, there are some people who like working a 9 to 5. Am I one of them? Absolutely not. If I were in the room, would I have been offended? Absolutely not. Because I'm in the place to figure out how to be in the place that you are. But you have to take into account and take accountability for the fact that you may have offended some of the people in that room. They came there with their 9 to 5 money. They buy that hair with that 9 to 5 money. Those goddess lengths are bought with the 9 to 5 money. So you have to think about that. And for the sake of your brand, you should have taken some accountability. But Leticia, we're not finna sit up here and act like you holier than thou. And you had that lady on that panel that was doing all types of fraud and everything else, honey, and said y'all can't even afford homes in Jackson outside of $50,000. Let's really keep it real. Okay? Moving forward. So they agree to disagree after going around and around and around and around. And Leticia wants them to hold each other accountable. She said, listen, if I do something, you call me out. And if you do something, I'm going to call you out. Let's just talk between the two of us and not involve all the other people. She said, we don't have to involve everybody else. Let's just squash it between the two of us. So Latrice is like, listen, I am a grown woman. And I feel like Leticia is trying to convince me to see things the way that she wants me to see them. And she want me to say what she want me to say. But what she said was some bullshit. Baby, shout out to Nene and Candy, honey. Eventually, they had a breakthrough, and Leticia let her know that she ain't no coworker. And Latrice was probably thinking in her mind, and is. So then the two come on over, Cliff and Glendale. They come back over and scene. In the next scene, Leticia down to the Enterprise. Sophia Shantae Soguchi's daughter, Dee, is the new receptionist. Not a receptionist to sit up in there, child. Leticia said that Misha used to be the receptionist, but now she's doing other things. So she's sitting there talking to them about her book launch and how she wants the vibe to be and how she wants it to be grown and sexy and kind of like a date night for the couples. It's going to be a couples night. The book title is ludicrous. Why Side Pieces Are Winning. Child, I wish I would gather my man to show up down there talking about some wide side pieces of winning. Him thinking it's some kind of self-help book. And he didn't got that damn book trying to figure out if the side pieces are winning or not. Absolutely not. In the next scene, Kiki is finally meeting with Tam. It's about time. Aikisha, nice to see you show up for work. Baby, Aikisha cannot be bothered, honey. She just here for a good time, not a long time. So they come in, they sit down. Aikisha tells her that she owes it to her to have a face-to-face conversation so they can move on. So Tambra said, I thought we had already moved on. Tambra, you could not have thought that y'all had already moved on. I don't know if it's baby brain or what. Baby, y'all haven't spoken to each other. When Sophia Shantae Soguchi had Bolo Part 2 at her party, you were on one end of the mansion and she was on the other. How did you think y'all had moved on? Come on now, Tam. So Kiki looks at her and she's like, I'm confused. And I was confused and I was blindsided at the fact that you would say to keep me off of this text message. And Tambra said, I never said that. She said, so I'm going to ask you, did you want to leave me off the text message? Tambra said no. So she said, okay, so it just fell out of the sky. Tambra said, no, it didn't fall out of the sky. They made it up. Aikisha was like, well, don't let people sit up and lie on you. Why didn't you defend yourself? But she did. She said that she didn't say that. See, I think what you wanted her to do was get up, get irate, act a fool, really try to prove she didn't say it. She said, I did not say that. She was like, you getting all huffy and puffy with me and they the ones lying on you. Now, what she's speaking of is when Leticia said that Aikisha called them ugly. And Aikisha was like, why would you tell them that? And then that's when Tambra got all mad and she's shaking the table, child. She started hitting the table and whatnot. She got all mad with Aikisha, but Leticia was sitting there lying on her in her face. And I feel like that still stands because at the reunion, you did admit to saying that about the ladies. So I don't exactly know what's going on, but she told the truth both times. She said she didn't do it and she didn't. She said that you said that they were ugly and you said it. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say besides it seems like Tambra is a truth teller. That's what it's looking like to me. And now her and Greedy having a baby, honey. So I guess the decorator was lying too. Child, this is just a fool. So Aikisha said, well, I just don't want you to sit up there and let people lie on you in the future. I'm just so confused as how you could just sit up there and let these ladies lie on you. And Tambra is like, I'm not about to argue with crazy. That's basically what she said. She gets in a confessional and she's like, I know Aikisha. I've been knowing her since high school. So there's no reason for me to lie to her. Aikisha, on the other hand, is like, I don't know who to believe. But Leticia has told me a lie before. So I'm kind of leaning towards Tambra to be more telling me the truth on her side. Now, truth be told, Leticia was pissed that you came in with the whole Ferris Street thing. That's what it was. She felt like you were going to come in and steal her thunder because you had already came in and basically stole the idea. Now, how the idea was born, I have absolutely no earthly idea. I don't know if it's coming to fruition or not, but we haven't heard hide nor hair about it. And Aikisha, we don't never see you, so are you working on Fair Street or not? Aikisha said, so aside from all of that, how's Damon doing? So Tambra said, he's good. Then Aikisha said, well, you know what we need to work on? We need to work on a few other things. So she said, you know what? Tambra's voice is really high pitched. And when I heard Tambra at the rodeo go down a few octaves, I knew then she was pregnant. Now, I don't know about that. I feel like Tambra's regular speaking voice is coming about. I never heard of the voice changing thing before this. So that could be true because, you know, your hormones and everything and all of that. So it could be true. But not Aikisha knowing she pregnant by that voice. Anywho, in the end, they worked it out, or someone worked it out. And now, Leticia, you are the target. I'm glad they talked because it had been long overdue. And Aikisha did ask if she should watch Latrice. Now, Latrice, I'm going to say this. You were in with the in crowd and all of y'all were plotting to do whatever and say it was Tambra. And I remember that season when the decorator came on that was surprisingly Leticia's best friend, and everybody was against Tambra, including you, Latrice. And don't think I forgot, okay? Because I didn't. But now when you come to Tambra off camera, whenever, and apologize to her and tell her, listen, girl, this was the plan all along. It doesn't matter because you still were in on it. Okay. You were willing to go along with it until you were not. So really and truly, I will be side-eyeing all y'all. And that's just that. In the next scene, Tambra's over to visit her cousins and talk loud. Y'all know how she like to do. So she gets over there and she said that she does not think they suspect that she's pregnant. So after finding out that Damon told his sister, she decided to tell her cousins. So she brought them gifts to say thank you for being there for her when she had the fibroid surgery and when she was going through all of her changes. And so she gives them each a box. So they all open the gift at the same time, and it's onesies that say, hello, auntie. So they're all looking around like, what? And then they got so excited for her. I was like, oh, that was so special. That was really a special moment. And it was a real moment. I like to see more real moments than fabricated BS that y'all sit up and talk about in circles. Okay. I really prefer that. So then one of the cousins was like, girl, where's the ring? Okay. The ring didn't mean a thing. Child, ain't gonna be no ring no time soon. I think that really and truly, I think that Tambra just wanted someone that she knew would be a good co-parent if all else failed. And she knows at the heart of Damon, he's a good person and he would never do anything to hurt her or her child. So if they never get married, I think Tambra will be cool with that. Now, will everybody else be cool with it? Probably not. That's what I think. So then they asked if the Bells knew. And she said, no, they don't know. I mean, I don't even know who I would tell. She wants to do a gender reveal, which will be the pregnancy reveal all at once because nobody knows. I'm very happy for Tambra. I really am. I'm sure she's going to be a great mom. Moving forward. In the next scene, Thelma Harper is meeting up with Vinton Naomi, a.k.a. Sophia, Shantae, So Gucci, and JJ and his mama. They meeting at this restaurant. She's sitting there. It is now 12:10. I guess they were supposed to meet at noon. Then it turns 12:13. They're 13 minutes late for this lunch, and his mama is carrying on. I've been sitting here for over an hour. Nobody told you to get there at 9 a.m., ma'am. Nobody. Okay? Nobody. Shout out to Keith Sweat. They told you that they were going to be there at 12. Okay? And they were there at 12:13. Oh, child, I hope she don't get loud in this restaurant. If I was sitting next to them, I would ask to be moved immediately. I do not want to hear all that hooping and hollering while I'm trying to eat my scrambled eggs and chicken and waffles, honey. Absolutely not. I guess she moved out and now they're all happy. And she says she's realizing that they should have talked to Sophia, Shantae, So Gucci before she moved in because JJ just be doing his own thing. He doesn't talk to anyone but his mama. So then Sophia apologizes to his mom. And mama was like, yeah, because you was rude. And if it weren't for me, you wouldn't even have JJ. Ma'am, get a grip. Okay. I guess everybody love their child, but really and truly it don't matter. So they started talking about what went on with Selena. And his mom said that there's no competing because you're his wife. Y'all, please get off my screen. I don't even have commentary on this foolishness. Please get off of my screen. Y'all are trying to find a moment. Sophia, Shantae, So Gucci, it didn't work last season or part A of the season when you were going up against Latrice and then you went and had a fight with Selena and now here we are over here on this side with this mama's family mess. I'm done. In the next scene, Tambra and Damon are taking a CPR class. So they're doing baby CPR And child, they done named the baby's baby. And then I think it was Phil and Lil. I said, what in the Rugrats is happening here? Child, what is going on? I remember taking this class, y'all. I need a refresher because I don't remember a thing. I don't remember a thing. When I tell you I don't remember nothing, in case of an emergency, I buy one of those little things I saw on TikTok that'll suck it right out of his throat or whatever. Because, baby, I do not remember that CPR. I just need to refresh myself. After seeing this, I was like, I need to take a CPR class. So after the class, Tambra tells Damon that she told her cousins. And he's like, you did what? Okay, so you gonna tell your cousins, but you was mad at me for telling my sister? So it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Like, what is this? He feels like it's one-sided because she can tell her family whenever, but he can't. And he feels some type of way. So she gonna say, well, it affects me way more than it affects you because I'm carrying the baby. He said, well, my family is a part of the village too. And I completely understand how he feels because it's like she's treating the pregnancy like the baby is only hers. And that's not fair. He's excited as well. I'm happy that in the end, she didn't dismiss his feelings. She came around and they talked it through. But Tambra, you cannot make all the decisions. It's his child too. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you shouldn't do this, but I can do it if I want to. That's not fair. What y'all need to do is just get both of the families together and tell them all at the same time. Problem solved. Moving forward. It's the day of Leticia's book launch. Glenn FaceTime, Snapchats or something. Her assistant, Misha, saying he has a surprise for Tisha. And I was like, no, sir. You do not need to be FaceTiming into Misha's number. I don't know how you got it, but you cannot be trusted. Next thing you know, that'll be next season storyline that you've been over there trying to talk to Misha, honey. Absolutely not. So then people start to arrive. Cliff and Latrice, they arrive. Cliff is trying to figure out what the book is about. He's like, so it's about what? And Latrice said, it's about side pieces winning. Cliff said, so the side pieces are winning. Latrice said, I guess the side pieces that he have, I don't know. I know that's right. So then Joshie was resurrected. Hey, sir, you just friends with all the Bells. You say you're going to be on camera whether they want you to or not. He came in with Tambra. So Tambra tells us in the confessional, yeah, Damon had to work, so he's unavailable. Now, I personally think that Damon does not like this group of women. So he does not want to be at their events. He don't want nothing to do with them. So Tambra is coming up with an excuse, and she brought Joshie as her +1 because Damon, aka Greedy, does not want to have anything to do with these heifers, especially after they brought that lady on there and tried to come out and say that he was cheating on Tambra with this woman. That's really what it is, because I was like, girl, he always working mysteriously. So child, the launch has started, and Leticia is speaking her speech. Here comes Marie and Essie walking in late. Marie, that is rude as hell. First of all, it's rude to be late. And then you come sashaying in with this New Year's Eve hat on, talking like you're the guest of honor. Girl, get in here and have a seat. Get in and have a seat. Latrice said, here comes Marie coming in dressed like a Christmas ornament. Oh, child. I holler. Latrice, now you leave Marie alone. Child, this is a fool. So after Marie came in and had her damn seat, Leticia had a poet and they didn't even know it. The poet came. This show is ridiculous. Leticia had a poet. She came up and said she knew why the cage bird sings. But no, seriously though, the poet did recite some beautiful poetry. She came up, she recited her poetry. After the poet, she reveals the book. Why Side Pieces Are Winning. Now, Leticia, I know it was probably nerves because, you know, you get ready to read this excerpt and you're reading so fast. You're running over the sentences. There are stop signs there. That period equals a stop sign. A comma is like a yellow light. It's caution, okay? Words up ahead. I'm going to need you to take just a moment, take a beat, and then continue. I said, oh, honey, come up for air. She said she wrote the book from a place of loneliness. I would never purchase a book with that title. I don't care if it did have some jewels on the inside of it, honey. I wouldn't want nobody seeing me purchase no book about how no side pieces are winning. So she starts to read an excerpt from the book. After that, she tells Glenn that she loves how he allows her to be transparent. And girl, anyway, girl gone. She's like, you want to come up? You want to come on up here and say something, Glenn? Glenn dressed all Glenn-like. I was like, what do you have on, child? He gets up there and starts shading Marie. He said, I hope everybody is here with someone that they have chosen. And so he looks at Marie. Here go Marie talking about, you know what? When you on that boat and you are lonely and cold, my bed is warm. How about that? How about that? Okay, Anime Bullet. Oh, child. Marie is a fool. So after they got through shading each other, that was the end of the episode. So when we come back next week, I think Glendale is going to try to get his LL Fool J on, and Willie is not having it. He is the most sound mind and body. He's like, I don't want to hear this. Okay. And Glenn talking about, we going to take it back to 98. And then you got Leticia up there crying. Girl, I know you ain't crying about no Glendale rapping over no beat. Oh, child. Carlos, wrap this up. You always go astray. You always go astray. Now, it's a way to bring it back, but we're going to have to get it together. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I just feel like it could have given us a little bit more. I really wish that they would flush out each woman's professional life storyline. Like, I want to see what is going on with Latrice's new shop. Did you get the contracting done? I want to see Marie going around to figure out what's going to be her next home for people that need it. What is this enterprise? I need to know, because I don't. And Tambra, we don't need to see you down at the radio station, honey. Just sit down, kick up your shoes, and relax your feet, because you're getting ready to have a baby. And Aikisha, please show us Ferris Street or something, because, girl, we're getting nothing from you. Okay, absolutely nothing. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.